Oh, what is going on, you dead set legends? Welcome to another edition of the Ready Bang. This is your favorite arm wrestling podcast. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and I'll tell you what a guest we have today. He actually has his camera 2 kilometers away from him because his shoulders are absolutely massive. And he had to have his right arm surgically reattached after it was amputated at King of the Table 5. He is your mate. He is my mate. Bang. It is easy money. Dave Chaffee. Dave, what is happening?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Looking forward to the interview.
No, love having you on. Love the confidence and things like that. You're hitting up a lot of shows. You're doing a lot more. If you haven't followed Dave Chaffee's career as closely as I have, Dave loves doing his talking on the table. That's Dave's thing. That's what he loves to do. Not everyone's a talker like me. So every time I see Dave on a show, whether it's mine, you're recently on Engen's show, you've done the round. So I think it's brilliant. We'll quickly say hi to everyone, and then Dave and I have got a bit of an announcement to make. We're very, very excited. So who's in the chat and who wants to talk to Dave Chaffee? Devin's left arm. He's interested in the big announcement. I think it's pretty big. Dave thinks it's pretty big. So how's it going, Jake? It is going very well. He's going very well, Irving, my man. But it's all about Dave right now. Ready, bang. Big Dave, the man, the myth, the dead set legend in the house. I think for me, Dave, you're up there with Paul Lynn and Derek Smith and probably Denis Saplenkov. There's not many people in the arm wrestling world where it's like impossible to hate.
I'm sure there's people that hate me. Well, there's got to be a few out there that hate me. I mean, nobody likes everybody. I try to be a nice guy most of the time, but it is what it is, you know. My flavor's not for everybody, but thank you for the compliment.
No, I reckon no one dislikes you. People might think Revaz might win, but I don't think, as in my short time in the sport, I don't think anyone's gone, F Dave Chaffee, that guy's a dick, and things like that. I think everyone's always had some awesome things to say to say about you. Phil Woody's in the house. Oh, mate, they're all coming in. Muscle Bike. White Wolf is in the chat. Make sure I say hi to everyone. Evil Zilla hopes Dave wins. Buddy Hale's friend. Oh, mate, we're going to get to that in a moment. I just want to say hi to everyone first. What do we got? Ready, bang. Hey, Ozzy, good luck on your match. Dave, always rooting for you.
Thanks, Rob.
Which is good. Kazzy's giving us a ready, bang. MC says Dave is legit, which is, of course, he is. So, guys, you guys know, we were talking about it just the other day that we Uncle John and I are releasing our first season of trading cards, and we've been trying to just land elite superstars. And would you know, our signature guy, Dave Chaffee. This is our big announcement. Dave Chaffee is on board, and he is going to be a limited edition signature. Easy money, Dave Chaffee. You know what it's all about. We're very happy. Dave, you're massive into trading cards.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so excited about this. Thank you for having me on the board. I truly appreciate that. I've been collecting, trading cards since I was a kid, off and on since I was probably, 8, 9, 10 years old. I started with baseball, football, basketball. When I was little, I collected garbage pail kids, all kinds of stuff like that. And I'm still into, collecting, trading, buying, selling, and obviously my wife, does that for a living. So we're pretty excited. Thank you.
No, thank you. I mean, how good's that? Like, Mrs. Chaffee is now doing it full time. Like I used to watch live on Instagram. We had a bit of a laugh at it at King of the Table. I was upset she wouldn't do basketball cards and things like that. So it's amazing that this is her full-time gig. So I'm very excited, not only because Dave, because you're on board and you're a bloody legend of the sport, but I know I've got someone that loves trading cards on the team. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
definitely. So that's our big news. It's going to be a limited edition, 1 of 10 signature card of Dave. Dave, that's going to be happening. Get up and about. These trading cards are going to be amazing for season 1. Mate, I've got to know the right arm. How's it feeling after taking on Vitali and then really trying to back it up against Erdemez not that long afterwards? How's the arm feeling?
It's been a long road back. Against Vitali, as you were there, the match was brutal. In one of the rounds, I got my hand slammed onto the table, and I know I messed my hand up pretty bad. I probably should have got an X-ray to see what was wrong with it. Never did. It's like whatever. I just go with the flow. So I pull Hermes. Made it a little bit worse, and it just seemed to not get better, not getting better. So I started, practicing just doing wrist to wrist to try to keep everything off my hand for about over 2 months, just to see. I don't want to put any strain on it. Anytime I would do any type of heavy lifting, right through here, it was painful. So I couldn't train like I wanted to train. I would say probably about a month and a half ago, finally, just out of the blue, it started to feel better. So I've been able to actually, work, train a little harder, train like I want to train. And it's feeling pretty good now. So, all in all, I'm okay. The neck is what it is. It's always a mess, unfortunately. I'm like a walking dictionary of injuries, basically. But get on the table and do your thing. I'll be ready. Come 2 weeks, I'll be on the table, ready to go. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen you not ready. So, I mean, all of your matches, you just firing on all cylinders, win or lose. Hopefully win. I really want you to win. It'd be amazing. But yeah, you always seem ready. And I think the best thing, and I think this is why you're in that tier of no one hating you, is there's never ever been an excuse. There's never, like, if you lost, it's always because the other man was better. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, you were great, great match. We roll on.
Yeah, I was brought up that way. I'm not going to make excuses. There's matches you're not going to be 100%. The other guy might not be 100%, but you both put your arm on the table, knowing that going into the match. So I'm never going to make an excuse for my loss. It's I put my arm on the table, and if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. So, like I said, I'll be as ready as I possibly can be. Revaz is an incredible opponent. He's a beast. He's obviously, everybody seems to be bigger than me that pulls me. He's like 6'3", 6'4", 340 pounds or something like that. He's a monster. So I'm looking forward to that. Always a little guy going into the match, but and his hand is so strong. Like I'm looking forward to going through that hand. Like it's gonna be a war, and I can't wait.
Well, I'm one of the fortunate ones that have seen you in person, seen you compete in person, and the fact that you are the littler guy in most matches just baffles me, because anyone that's spent a bit of time with Dave Chaffington Jr. Esquire III know that he's a massive unit himself. So and even coming out of, like, the words coming out of your mouth, oh yeah, I'm the smaller guy. It just blows my mind. Thank you very much, Muscle Bike, for the super chat. It says top tier guests as always, Jake. #ready bang. Very lucky that these guys want to come on the show and be a part of the first season of the Maximum Bang arm wrestling cards, and the special signature superstar. It's going to be this guy right here. The arm historian says, I think Revaz has great potential. but this time I believe Dave has it. Dave, have you gone out and done like different sorts of training? Like Devon's all of a sudden training his thumb. Are there any Davisms? And you've been doing like earlobe training for this match with Revaz?
No, nothing, no thumb training or earlobe training. I pretty much stick to, what I've done the last, 10, 15 years. Obviously I've tweaked my workouts here and there for each guy, for each, as time goes by, you try different things, what, doesn't work anymore, what you take a different path through different people. But it's been pretty much similar stuff for my, entire career. So yeah, no earlobe training for this one.
I can see it now. Dave just got to, hey, earlobe training. This is how it's done. This is how I beat Revaz. Just give that the little old flick there. Are you one of these? Sorry?
I said, I wish it was that easy, believe me.
I can see it now. After the interview, Dave will sit on his couch and he's going to look left and he's going to look right and go, babe, do I feel any stronger? Do I feel any stronger? No? Okay, it didn't work. Are you one of those athletes? I love getting. I'm a huge behind the scenes guy. You saw me kick at the table, just running around. Are you one to study Revaz relentlessly? You'll look at a couple of clips, or it's the Dave Chaffee way every time?
I'm going to tell you this. When earlier in my career, I would study extensively. Every single guy pull. Not that I've gotten away from that. I do watch video, but I can usually, pick out pretty quickly after watching, for the past many years, different videos of different guys of what I'm going to do against this guy. And he usually got, plan A, plan B, plan C. And if those don't work, then you're probably in deep shit. So, so, yeah, I do watch video. I definitely watch video. And but just not quite as much as I used to.
Yeah. Is that just too busy? Can't be bothered? You're more focused on your thing. Why is that you take a step back?
It's more of what I know I do best.
Yeah.
And usually, if that's not going to work, then I'm in trouble. So if like I said, if I got plan A, plan B, plan C. If those aren't going to work, then I'm going to be in some trouble. So it's not that I'm too busy or too this or too that. It's just that over the years, I know what my strengths and weaknesses are, and I usually know what I need to do, before the match going in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because what is it, 20 years or something? You've been doing this a very long time.
Yeah.
We got a super chat from White Wolf. Thank you, you dead set legend. Says Dave is respected by everyone in the sport as one of the best pullers to ever do it. It looks like you are getting even better on the tricky bastard scale. Are you feeling trickier and bastier with your table IQ jumping up?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. As I've got more experience, I'm going to say, or I like to say, not older. And actually, like through different injuries, I've had to try different things on the table. In certain areas, I don't have all the horsepower I did, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So you have to try different things. You have to learn different tricks. And sometimes you got to use those more often than not. So I think as I've gotten, more years in the sport, like I said, through injuries and through just experience and getting older, I have gotten, trickier and learned more. You have to practice different things and you get into different areas and different matches where you're not used to being. So you try, you got to work through different things. And yeah, I would say definitely a little more trickier than I have been in the past few years.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be great because I mean, just the sheer horsepower alone is brilliant. But yeah, now you're not just a big Rambo knife anymore. You're turning into a bit of a Dave Chaffee Swiss Army knife with all your tricks at the moment.
You got to switch things up a little bit sometimes, yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. And everyone in the chat, we got 78 votes at the moment and 90% think, well, it's easy money. 90%
I hope they're right.
Because I even think your match is a shutout stake on ArmBet.
I don't think that it should be, honestly. It's Revaz he's really good. I mean, to do something like that, I think he's underrated, honestly. He's so good. People don't give him the credit that he deserves. I mean, he beat Michael Todd earlier or last year. He destroyed Derek pretty easily. And him and Morozov had a war. I mean, could have gone either way. So obviously, I think he's quite underrated. And it's going to be. I appreciate everybody giving me the 90% vote, but it's not going to be a walk in the park. That's for sure.
Yeah. Where's the I'm just. How do we do it without giving too much away? How many lanes do you think you have to beat Revaz without giving it away? I know some people like to keep their plans. But do you think, plan A is real easy? Do you think, I've got 2 or 3 ways I could beat him?
Well, I'm hoping plan A. Obviously, that's the game plan. That's the number one plan. But I got at least two more options, I think, that are definitely viable if plan A, doesn't win. And of course, it depends on where the match goes too. You might have to switch it up and do something you didn't even think you were going to do. You never know. Like you have a tally match, I wasn't expecting to do what I did there, but it just so happened that, it turned out that way. and I ended up doing that press there, and it just, you don't know. So I have at least three good options and maybe 2 more you don't even know about. So we'll see.
Where would you rate Revaz in the top 10, in the top 15, in the top 20? Where would you put roughly Revaz? I know it's a bit of an on the spot question, and where would you put yourself or around? Like, I'm not saying rank yourself higher than Revaz, because I see it like, I genuinely believe, not just because you're on the show, I genuinely believe you're going to win. I'm one of those 3-0 type guys, but I have Revaz around the top 15. I got you a bit higher in the top 10, top 8. So where would you put Revaz?
I think we're both around top 10, honestly, right now, just because the few losses I took. Revaz had a couple of good wins. He lost to Morozov. I really think we're right around the top 10. I would say that's where I put both of us. I think, honestly.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, the chat's going nuts. They're absolutely loving it. Here we go. Derek Smith's just dropping some advice on you. He says, Dave, set up with your hand deep towards him. That's how Morozov got a hold of him. He leads with knuckles high, so it gives you that little divot at the base of his thumb to crash into.
Thanks, Derek. I appreciate the help. I'll definitely watch some of that stuff and take that into the match for sure. Thank you so much.
And for any other arm wrestling advice, email awderek@awderek.com. Go over, support Derek. Thanks, Derek. We got a quick question here from the greatest person in the chat, all the way from Switzerland. Thank you, mate. He says, hey, Dave, you're a great guy, really. Do you think you could beat Zale? And did you see the video of Dennis and Zale after Zale's tournament? And we'll see how many more times in a sentence we can say Zale.
Well, Czar is really good, and I think Czar and I would have a pretty good match. I'd love to pull him. I know he hurt his bicep, so he's probably, not where he was, 6 months ago. I would love to pull him, fresh when he's 100% and see where we're at. He's a powerful guy. I love pulling powerful guys. His hand is absurdly strong. He's definitely top. I think he's definitely top 5. I would guess, just my opinion. I don't think I seen Dennis and him pulling. To be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know when that was exactly. I don't know if I seen the video or not. So,
going back to East versus West. Thank you, the greatest person in chat. Going back to East versus West. Does it feel, because you've been to them all, you've done vendettas, you've been on bloody TV shows, King of the Table and whatever. Do you get that team environment at East versus West, or does Dave Chaffee just kind of do his own thing? Like, are you there with, hey, we're Team West and we're going to win or things like that? Or are you just like, look, I just need to get a win at one of these events?
It starts off, yeah, like the team morale, it's there, it's 100%. I feel it, but like when you get there, I'm a real quiet guy, and I get in my little zone, and I like to sit by myself or just with my wife, and just I don't really like to talk. And it may feel like that, I'm on my own or not, but it's not. I'm definitely obviously, it's a team thing, rooting for the team. But I get in that zone where you're right. I have to get that win. I seem, especially in Turkey, I don't have the best of luck there, so I'd like to actually, get a win sometime this year. It would be awesome if I could get a victory there. So.
We'll definitely talk about that, but it is true, guys. Dave does sit in the corner like he was almost behind a wall when I at King of the Table and had to run over so I could have a chat with him and Amber, but he does. But speaking of that, and Carolyn, I'll read your comment out in a moment. What is the problem at East versus West? You're undefeated at King of the Table, but we can't get the W at East versus West.
Well, let's see. Let's go back to the first match with Gennady. I'm up 2-0, cruising. Third match, I thought I pinned him. It was close. I think he fouled. I think they called a foul on him. I thought I had the pin. And after that, like my arm blew up. I got tired, and he ended up winning 3-2. All right. That was that. That was my bad. I got tired, gassed out is what it is. And then Morozov was the next one. Up 2-0 again. First match was a quick top roll. Second match, he stuck me in a hook, which was a tough battle. I ended up winning, so I was up 2-0. But then again, I got tired after that hook match. I got tired out, and he ended up winning 3-2. And then Hermes, I think he was up 1-0, and then I tied it up. I think I was tied up 1-1, and then they took my win back and said that I didn't pin him, which I thought was honestly I didn't like to call. I know his part of his hand or wrist hit the pad. It is what it is. I thought it took all the wind out of my sails after that. Yeah. It was it. I was like, all right. Like, I was fired up, but once I thought I tied it up, and then you sit there and take a victory away from you. It hurt. And then not to take nothing away from Hermes, he was super strong. He's a super strong dude. Awesome competitor. He had a win in 3-1. But yeah, just some unfortunate luck the way things have gone. Hopefully things don't go this way this time. And I'd like to turn the tide here and get a victory. That'd be great.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sick of getting excited for it. And I'm like, yeah, Dave, and I'll put my house. I've lost 3 houses because of you. I was like, yeah, Morozov 3-0. Oh, I reckon Dave can pull the upset against Hermes. Yep, not a problem. Oh, yep, Gennady, cool. And then, yeah, I'm broke because of you. I'm broke. So I need you to sign these cards.
Don't ever bet for me again.
just quickly, while my balls just dropped then, just quickly, what are your thoughts on now? It's happened for a little while now with this arm bet about being able to gamble on arm wrestling, because you've been around sports your whole life.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I have not bet one time on arm wrestling. I used to gamble back in college. I had some very bad luck. I learned my lesson, and I've not, it's 20 some years ago. It's the last time I gambled on sports. I do like to do a little slot machines and when I go to, play bingo and stuff like that with the wife, but I haven't bet on like a sporting event in that long. And I think the arm bet's cool for people that like to do that kind of stuff. Definitely. It's awesome. It's big for the sport because gambling's huge. So many people do it. And, to be honestly, to be legitimate, pretty much have to gamble on it to be like a legitimate sport. It sounds crazy, but it's huge for the sport. But I myself have not done it one time.
Yeah. I think if you're at the event, so like everyone pulling at East versus West 7, I think shouldn't be allowed to gamble on the event. I think if you're involved, if you're like a commentator or a photographer or something like that, you shouldn't be allowed to do it. But can we all just take a moment And just picture Dave walking into bingo. Like, I love bingo, but, you know, some of the size, and you just see all, you know, all the old ladies all just putting their teeth back in, and they're like, oh, look at this giant, handsome man.
Yeah, my wife has to beat up all the 80-year-old women when we go. It's kind of funny, you know. So.
Oh, yeah, she can't even punch their teeth out because before they do, they quickly take them out, and then Amber's got nothing. Poor thing. Carolyn Looms, your Dead Set Legend, says, Mr. Chaffee, thanks for being inspiring to others. I use rope daily for power, for Priz power, Chaffee gains. Blood flow to back for injury works wonders, which is brilliant. And then another super chat from Carolyn says, Dave, are you excited? Doug, RVJ, and Paul are going as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Doug, I know Doug from way back. He when I used to have my events in Erie, the Dave Chaffee Classic, I think the first one in 2016, he came up to Erie, pulled in that one, had a great match. So we go Doug and I go way back. We've talked a few times the last month or two about his match. So I'm excited about that. Paul is one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet. And he's freaking strong as hell. Looking forward to watching him and Sasha. It's gonna be a great match. And of course, RJ, watching him back on the table. It's been a while for him. He's always a powerhouse and fun to watch too. So yeah, we got a solid team. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, mate. I can't. I definitely can't wait for that one. It's going to be brilliant. I mean, if you haven't bought the pay-per-view, buy it now so you don't get stumped on the day, because Dave will probably be the semi-main event. I'd assume Devon would be going on last, and then you and Mr. Revaz. You and Mr. Revaz will be going on last.
Hoping I get to go first, because I just like to get out of the way, honestly. I'm going to ask Yangan if I can just pull first and get out of the way, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, what a swerve or something like that. It's a bit of a Brock Lesnar thing. It's like, if I'm not last, I'm going first. And because John's been doing that. He's been slowly going down the card because he was always the main event. John's the main event. And now he's like, you know what? I want to enjoy the event. So he's been going like mid-tier and
it's actually nice. It's a long time to wait. It's a long, got 10, 11, 15 matches. You're sitting there for a long time. It's not easy to sit there for that, that amount of time and still try to prepare for your match. So it's definitely super cool to get it out of the way.
Do you get there right at the start and wait, or are you like Jerry Cataract? He was telling me last time he went back to his room and just chilled out, and someone messaged, there's 3 matches until your match, and then he slowly made his way down.
I usually get there pretty early, like the second or third match. Yeah, watch most of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then that is a long time, Dave. That's
it is.
That's a very long time to wait for your match. I suppose being a super heavyweight, that's the same when you go to a tournament. You guys it always goes lightweight up into and the heavies are always last. So yeah. You're definitely used to waiting. Super chat from White Wolf. Thank you very much, my man. He says, Dave, your Vitali match has to be one of the top arm wrestling matches of all time. Amen to that. Blood on the peg, both wasted on the table, will be an iconic photo for the sport, like the Ali versus Liston boxing photo. Yeah, Dave, speak on that. What was it like to be in such an iconic moment at the time, and as time's gone on, revisiting it later?
Honestly, you don't realize it till the match is done. I knew we were in a war, and I was just trying to hang on for dear life to try to get anything I had left to win that match. We both left it all on the table. He had nothing left. I had nothing left. It went 7 matches. It was ridiculous. I was up 2-0. He came back, won the next 3, and then I won the final 2. But it was more than that. There was, fouls and resets and it's restarts, and it was a lot more than 7 matches. It was absolutely grueling. The match was like an hour long. It was crazy. Like you said, blood on the table. Like I messed up my hand. I think it was maybe it was the third round. I can't remember, but because Vitali's grip is so strong, I tried to slip out and I couldn't. My hand hit the table really hard. So there was that. The blood on the table. Both of us just gave everything we had, just exhausted. And he had to get oxygen after the match. I pretty much thought I was going to have to get it too. It was crazy. It was brutal. But you don't. I mean, at least me, you don't realize how insane it is till after the match, and people are messaging you saying, "Oh, this is one of the greatest matches ever," and then you look back and watch the video. I'm like, wow, that's pretty amazing to be involved in something like that. So yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Oh, and it was 100%. It was awesome. I was kind of on the same level as you, Dave. I thought I was overselling it as one of the greatest matches because I was like, oh, it's only because I'm here for the first time at King of the Table. Maybe it's not as good. But then, yeah, when the messages and the comments and the pay-per-view sales after the event, because everyone was talking about it, was a huge acknowledgement to you and Vitali for that match. And look, let's just put it out there. It was probably your cornerman for the first few rounds that got the job done. Let's just,
It definitely helped out in the end for sure. I had a couple good extra cornermen that definitely helped out.
Thank you for lying. I will pay you a little bit later, Dave. Thank you for lying. Buddy Hales Wrench in the chat says, ready, bang. Hey, Easy Money, you're the man. What do you think about the North American super heavyweight scene at the moment? Have you ever faced Jerry? Thoughts on a Devon rematch?
The super heavyweight division North America is pretty solid. I would love to just have a tournament between everybody. I'm a tournament guy. I would love to just have everybody just in a double elimination tournament and just go at it. It would be awesome. Jerry and I have pulled in 3 different super matches. I'm 7-0 against Jerry. And Devon and I, a rematch. I can't give you 100% answer, but if you keep watching down the road, I'm guessing you'll probably see something come up in the future here between me and Devon. So just keep your eye open, and that might be coming up in the future.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants it, and we'll get to the North American scene. We'll stay with it, and thanks, buddy. Do you feel you're number one in North America?
I can't really say yes or no. I mean, there was a time when could have said 100% yes. I thought that I was, but the way things have gone recently, no one's really pulled each other too much in North America to give a definite answer. Jerry's never beat me, but he's looked so impressive lately. Who knows? It might be different this time. If we pulled, Devon looks stronger than ever. You got Michael Taub when he comes back from his injury. There's a lot of up and comers too that are just getting better. Corey West. You still got John Brzenk, who he's not a super heavyweight weight wise, but he can pull with him. Todd Hudson's you throw in there. Derek is up there. There's a lot of guys that if you threw in together in just a tournament, it'd be awesome. I would love to do that, but I can't personally say I would be 100% number one just because the way things are.
Yeah, well, how much money do you think it would take to get that? So you, Devon, Corey, Michael Todd, Jerry, say the top 8 North American super heavyweights. How much money? What would have to be the prize pool, do you think, that everyone could get in and have that one tournament?
Oh, I don't know. Money wise, I think somebody should throw up like $100,000. That'd be awesome. Let's have a crazy go at it, and maybe half to the winner and then split it up or whatever. That'd be cool as hell. I don't know what money it would take, but that'd be pretty awesome if they did something like that.
There you go. Brilliant. Trip Wars in there. Thank you for the super chat. He says, I've never seen a video Dave shared his top 10 of all time. Can he share his top 10 of all time regardless of weight category? Jake, I support you anyways. Thank you for the super chat, Trip War. Dave, have you got off the top of your head, some of your favorite top arm wrestlers of all time?
Top 10, I probably couldn't think top 10 off my head. you could put me on the spot here, but obviously John Brzenk, 100% the greatest of all time, no doubt in my mind. He did it for so long. He was on top forever. Still at his age, is still doing it. Saplankov up there is one of the greatest. Gary Goodridge back in the day, awesome. Richard Lupke's back in the day was just freaking unstoppable. Watching some of his like matches back in the late '80s was absurd. Just him smashing people. Obviously, Cleve Dean up there, and Levon's definitely, he's up there too. I mean, he hasn't been around as long, but I know his power, and he is definitely up there. So those are, I would say, some of the top guys right there, and Devin too. Devin's definitely probably top 10 too.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Trip War. Well, then there's. It says, Dave, you versus Devin at WAL 504 is my favourite match of all time. Go crush him at East versus West 7. Yeah, big boy. If, you're talking about possibly down the road, I mean, because, arm wrestling's in a good spot, so it's probably inevitable that you and Devin meet up again. Will we get another Double Kings move if you two are on the table in the future?
Well, I hope to God not. That does so ugly. But I don't know. Like, that's where he goes usually anymore. His first thing is to hit that King's move, whatever you want to call it. He doesn't go as low as he used to, but still, to me, it's still a King's move. So I'll do whatever I got to do to combat that. And if I get tired, and see what happens. But I would love to just stand up, both of us stand up and pull like Devin used to, back in the day. It was awesome to watch him just power through people. But yeah, I hope to God it wouldn't be another Double Kings.
I went and looked at a photo of that the other day. I was like, no. Dave, my man, Dave. Oh no, Devin, what are you guys doing? That's on ESPN as well. Oh,
no, that's horrible.
What are we, OG Baller? Where he just quickly wants to know height and weight. What are you weighing at? What do you hope to weigh at when you get to East versus West? To follow on from this one.
I'm about 6'2", and I'm about 280 right now, give or take a pound. So I'm a couple pounds heavier than usual, 280-ish. I'm like 282 at night, like 280 in the morning, depends. So I'm trying to gain a few pounds. It's hard for me. Like, I'm usually 270-ish, 275. I've been trying. I just started actually. I've had such a hard time gaining weight. I'm like, I'm going to try to take some like weight gaining shakes. I'm making my own like weight gaining shakes. Add one a day. I just started a little bit ago, so we'll see how it goes. See if I put on a few pounds. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll see.
What's in your weight gaining shakes? Is it like concrete and bricks?
No, it's actually pretty good. It's 2 big scoops of protein, 2 big things of peanut butter, ice cream, vanilla ice cream, some oats sometimes. I started to put oats in it, and something else I put in there too. I can't remember, but it's like 1,000 calories. So,
mate, that just sounds like my diet. I literally have oats for breakfast with a bit of honey. Then I like a bit of peanut butter on toast for my lunch. Like, if my wife's not home, she doesn't make me an awesome sandwich. Then, like, if we're watching a movie, we don't mind a bit of ice cream. Holy crap. Yeah. You've just made me change my diet. I got to cut all that out. We've got a chat here from the greatest person in the chat. He says, Dave, does it bother you that everyone says that you are dominant for 3 rounds and that you magically lose all your endurance from round 4? And if there is a button on your back that gets pushed.
It doesn't bother me. I mean, it looks to be correct. I mean, it does look that way. I'm good for a couple of rounds. I'm dominant, and then a lot of times you seem to run out of gas. So it is what it is. I can't be bothered by what's happened. I'm try to work on your endurance. It's not my best asset. Unfortunately, I try, each match I have to work on it more and more, but it is what it is. No, it definitely doesn't bother me.
Yeah. So, like, that was it's always a talking point with East versus West, days endurance. But then you had endurance coming out of your ears at King of the Table. So
yeah, it's match to match too, and different opponents. Because both Vitali and I were just gassed. So I mean, it just depends on your opponent and how much you both put into it, how much I've taken out of him compared to what he's taken out of me, basically. So yeah, it just depends. Match per match is different sometimes. It also a lot of things. You could come into it like with jet lag and different things. You just never know. Certain things takes its toll on your body. But me personally, I've never been a super endurance guy. That's why I've always loved tournaments. Better because you get a match, you get a break, another match. But yeah, I mean, personally, I would love if all matches were best 2 out of 3. I'd be the king of the world.
You'd be number 1. You'd be, or at least it's all number 2.
Be right up there.
Yeah, I'd be like, guys, you're talking to number 2 in the world, Dave Chaffee. That is for sure. But speaking of tournaments, Marius brings something up here. Thank you, everyone that has been joining us. 111 people in the chat. You are here with Dave Chaffee, who is our signature superstar on the Maximum Bang trading cards. And then if I get that awesome picture from Amber in the next couple of days, we're going to get them made very, very soon. But Dave will be a part of the trading card set. But speaking of tournaments, would you ever go to AMC? Because they've got apparently massive prize money. I don't know the like if it is 15,000 US or if it's 15,000 whatever. Where Vitali and Dimitri in that pool. Would you ever go pull in those tournaments?
I'm not 100% familiar with that. Honestly, if I was invited and looked into it, I mean, I'd have to look into it and get an invite and stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say after this, I'll send you a photo on Instagram. But yeah, like so, Zaor, Vitali, Farid Osmolani, Dmitry Salayev. They've all been there, and apparently, they give away thousands of dollars for match of the night, which you've had a few of those. First, second, and third. So they have like the heavies and the open category. So you get 2 bites of the cherry. So there you go, Marius. We could get Dave over there. Carolyn wants to know who would be your North American tag team partner.
Oh, that'd be my wife, 100%. My wife is my tag team partner.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that's one thing I am thoroughly enjoying is, Devin's very open about his love of his wife. Michael Todd is very open about about his wife, love of his wife. I am, you are. It's, for besides me, but 3 big burly men. It's really good to see Jerry's the same. And I'm sure everyone else.
You got to have a good woman behind you to support you. Always have your back, because I mean we're there for each other. She's my best friend. We love each other, and yeah, we're it for each other. So she would definitely be my tag team partner for sure.
There you go, Caroline. You've just hit a soft spot with our big hulking Dave. Phil Woody, my manager, wants to know: do you do cardio? Any sort of cardio?
Yeah, when I walk from the table to the machine and back, yeah, that's my cardio. Walk to the car, that's my cardio. That's it. So if that answers your question, I probably should do. I definitely should do cardio. Like I used to walk on the treadmill quite a bit, which wasn't a ton of cardio, but at least it was something. But I definitely should. I always, would like to. We do. My wife and I, we always talk about taking more walks. We walk around the neighborhood and stuff like that, but few and far between, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I've got bad news for you, Dave. Running a bath isn't cardio. Sorry, mate, it doesn't count as running. Yeah. Although there is footage out there of Dave jogging. If you go check out Game of Arms, there's a small little clip. You just trickle it along.
That was probably the last time I jogged. That was about 10 years ago. So.
Brilliant. David Marr, thank you very much for the super chat. He says 98% FTG ready bang. Dave is my son's favorite arm wrestler by far. Could Dave please give him a shout out? His name is Austin.
Absolutely, Austin. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Come May 6th, I'm gonna try to get that big win for you. So let's do it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. Good on you, Austin, and good on you, David Ma. Quickly go down because we'll get to a little bit of Q&A. A bit more, but people keep doing super chats. I just want to talk to Dave in a moment about his future. But White Wolf is in the chat. Thank you very much, my man. He says, Dave, any feelings of necessary revenge for Devon's garage talk with Neil and MMT and later trash talk at the table? I know you said you let it go after the match. Devon's like that older brother.
Are you talking about when we pulled the last time we pulled? Is that what he's talking about?
I think so. Because there was you did the interview with Neil at WAL and then you hit the table. What you clarify?
Yeah, it is what it is. Devon talks a game. You know what I mean? It's his thing. I'm a quiet guy. It's whatever. I mean, if we go at it again, I'm sure he'll start his antics again, and we'll go at it again. It is part of the show. So yeah, let's let bygones be bygones, and I'm more interested in taking care of business at the table, not anything before the table. So yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful, mate. They're all coming in. He's brilliant. There you go. Just made Austin's day. Good on you, Dave. That is awesome.
Awesome.
There we go. That's so cool. The world famous Dung Tai. This guy is a ball of energy. This young fella says, Dave, for the love of God, please go for the straps. Round 1 versus Revaz. Don't underestimate him. Play with your food after you're full.
Oh yeah, I would never underestimate Revaz. He's so good. People that underestimate him are making a big mistake. And he's been, I've seen him. He's bigger and stronger than he's ever been. It seems like every time somebody pulls me, they always come in bigger and stronger. So I'm always pulling the biggest, strongest version of this guy, and he's already good. He's already awesome. I know his hand is amazing. So yeah, I'm hoping to be in the straps. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah. I definitely would not take him lightly.
Yeah, beautiful. Lousy says, what up, Jake? What up, Dave? Hope you all are well. We are going well. See you later, Sasquatch. See you later, mate. Thanks for tuning in. So you're saying down the road, whenever, it's inevitable, you and Devon. Are there any, have you been approached by anyone else about some mega matches? Are there any dream matches that you'd love to have in the next 12 to 18 months? Let's talk the future of Dave.
I've been approached with a few different matches, and there's a couple. A lot of guys I've pulled before, but honestly, I'd like to pull Dennis one more time before we call it quits. I would love to pull Dennis one more time. I think that would be awesome. I feel we had some great matches, 10 years ago, 2013, 14, at Slotty and at the Russian A1. I would love to pull Dennis one more time. I think it would be fun.
Oh, was it exciting to see him back on the table at John at the last King of the Table?
Absolutely was, yeah. Like it was, you've seen Dennis. He had some health problems, which is kind of a bummer. It was pretty sad, a few years back, because he was just so dominant, and you see someone get ill like that, it hurts. You know what I mean? He was an icon of the sport, and to see someone like that, it's pretty sad. And now you see him back on the table, getting bigger, stronger. It's definitely that's super awesome. To watch him pull that King of the Table against John. He's getting better and better each time you see him on the table. So hopefully, sometime down the road it'll be even better. We can get on the table and go at it one more time.
Brilliant. Any other dream matches, or you just see someone out there and go, yeah, I think we would just butt heads and that'd be an awesome match?
I have no other dream matches, but like Bizarre, people want to see me pull him because of the power. Like to pull him sometime, and then usually just people approach me with a guy like, hey, you want to pull him? And I'm like, me, I'm like, sign me up. So, yeah.
Oh, It's brilliant. I've just got a question from Alex McDonald, who's been a dead set legend. Guys, if we can hit the like button, get over 100 likes, that would really help out. He's been a member for 7 months. Thank you very much, Alex. For some reason, it doesn't come up on my streaming service. And he says, if Dave could pick to beat one, Hermes, Devon, or Morozov, who would it be?
If I could pick to beat one,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Devon.
Oh, brilliant. Wow. I hope this match happens very, very soon. I don't think I can wait. I don't think I can wait at all. So, yeah, that is brilliant. All right, guys, we're probably going to go for about another 5 or so minutes. I'll pick some of your questions out of the chat. Of course, you know how you get your question ahead of the queue. Tony is in the chat. Thanks, Tony. He says, been following your career from the start, Dave. He's not talking to me. And always admired your humbleness. You and John Brezink are the epitome of class and good sportsmanship. Any opinion on the upcoming John Alexei Vovoda match?
Well, thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. I was brought up, by my father to always be a good sportsman and have respect for other people. So I appreciate that. I think John and Alexei, right now, John will win, I believe. Depends on how Alexei's training goes. I don't think he's anywhere near he was, when he was at the top of his game, early 2000s. I think John will win. Just my opinion.
So do I. I'm with you. I'm with you in that one. I've just started a poll, everyone. Who wins? Dave Chaffee or Devon Larratt? Get in the poll and let's see where that match goes. Is it continually frustrating, Dave? Because arm wrestling, especially in the United States, every time I get on Facebook, there's another event. Like, it's very, very popular. The guys at Winter Blast, they had like 501 entries at their last tournament. Like, you can go anywhere every weekend of the year, and there's basically a tournament. Does it get frustrating that you constantly, for the big name matches, the big money matches, that you constantly have to get on a plane and fly to Dubai, to Turkey, to wherever?
I could say, maybe yes sometimes, but I mean, I like to travel. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty cool being able to see all these places. I took like 5 trips overseas last year. Dubai a couple times, Turkey 3 times. Over the years, I've been to Russia twice, Poland 3 times, I believe, Ukraine a couple times. I mean, it's been awesome to travel to all these amazing countries. I never thought in a million years I'd be able to see all these places and do the things I do through arm wrestling. So I'm very grateful to be able to be lucky enough to get these matches and to go overseas. But there are some times it would be nice to drive 2 hours, not have the jet lag and have, some guy have to travel, a 12-hour plane flight and come pull me sometime over here. Yeah. That would be nice once in a blue moon. Yes.
Because, Monster Factory is doing a good thing over, in North America. But yeah, at times I think, hopefully the WAL comes back. Hopefully there's another. I don't want a new event in North America to replace something, but I would love it if there was another event, so to speak. That would be amazing. So if like WAL come back, that'd be brilliant. I just really want a WAL shirt. I'd love to work for them, but I would just love a WAL shirt. Super weird question from Irving. Sorry.
I have a bunch. I probably could send you a WL shirt. I probably have some extra WL shirts if you want one. I could probably send you one.
Yeah, well, they'd probably be a nice thing. Let's talk afterwards. Let's talk afterwards. Dave, living in Pennsylvania, have you seen any good Amish arm wrestlers?
No, no. There's not too many Amish around where I live. They're Amish live probably 5-6 hours away, nowhere near where I'm located. So I haven't really. I've seen actually an Amish arm wrestler came to one of my events and he was actually really strong. But other than that, no.
No, there you go. What other sports was Dave into growing up from Captain Obvious?
In high school, grade school, I played football, baseball, basketball. High school, I played baseball and football. Baseball was my better sport. I was pretty decent at baseball. So those are my two things growing up.
Go the Mets. Go the Mets.
That's my wife's team. I'm going to go Yankees here.
No, go the Yankees. Nah. But mine's only silly. Like, I'm not religiously into baseball. Always kept an eye on it because of Major League. Loved that movie. So I was like, I'll keep my eye on the Cleveland Indians. But then Keith Hernandez was on Seinfeld, and he was at the Mets at the time. So I was like, that's my team. Go the Mets.
Seinfeld was a classic show. That show was so funny. I used to watch that religiously.
Oh, it's my favorite show. I still watch it. So, like, and the Mets give me, the Clippers vibe. The second, like the Yankees are the team, the Lakers are the team. So, yeah. Have you ever pulled Travis?
Yeah, Travis and I pulled a ton of times. He up until 2013, he had my number. And then we pulled that Game of Arms.
Oh, what a match!
Yeah, I beat him right-handed like 17 times. He beat me left-handed 17 or 18 times. And then we pulled at WL numerous times the years. 2014, I beat him in the finals. 2015, I beat him. And then he beat me in 2016. And then I beat him in 2017. So we had gone back and forth many times. Travis was awesome to pull. We had a great time pulling, each other. We were both super competitive back then. He was like the number one left-handed guy, and I was the number one right-handed guy at WAL for a few years. So it was pretty cool.
Mate, this is just that Game of Arms match is hilarious. So they pull right arm and left arm guys because in the spoiler alert, in the grand final you had to win 2 in a row. You had to win a right arm match and a left arm match. But my favorite thing is Bartwood reminds me of a character in The Simpsons. And he's like, stop it. They're already dead. Like, you'd come in, right arm, crush. And then left arm, Travis would come in, bang. And then it was like, I don't know, it was like you guys were like going to die or something. And Dave was like, no. Bart was like, no. Oh, no. Oh, stop it. So I've given Bart a lot of crap for that. I had a great laugh with him about it. But it was really good. In just like 30 seconds, Dave, 30 seconds or so, give people that maybe haven't seen Game of Arms, give them what the experience was like being on reality TV.
It was pretty cool. There was I think 5 teams involved. It was Erie, PA, us, California, Kansas City, New York, and Louisiana. And we traveled to different places to pull each other. We usually pulled in like a warehouse or some, crazy like backdoor, place.
Butchers.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And in the cold, when we pulled in Erie, it was like 30 degrees. You could see our breath. It was crazy, but we got to travel different places, and it was a team event. So each you get a win per each week or whatever. And then in the finals were in Los Angeles, and it was like basically a winner take all. It wasn't really a team event anymore. So you had a tournament right and a tournament left. So I won the right-handed one, and then Travis pulled the left and won the left-handed one. Well, they didn't tell you that they made me pull an overall right-handed before I pulled Travis that match. So I had to pull the winner of every other weight class first, then pull Travis 18 times. It wasn't on TV, but that's what happened after that. You had to pull Kenny Hughes, Luke Canton, I think Craig, I want to say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, in a row and an overall. Then I pulled Travis 18 times after winning the tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not lying. I genuinely believe from memory it was like 19 each, and then it was just called
Yeah,
a draw. It was something
yeah,
19 or 28, something absurd like that. But when you sit back, Dave, and you finally pull the pin, I mean, you've been a reality TV star, main event on ESPN, main event on pay-per-view around the world. You beat Dennis Saplenkoff when he was unbeatable. Like, I think you've done all right, mate. You've done all right your time here.
yeah. Honestly, I'm blessed to be able to have done what I've done over the years. I never thought I would ever be where I'm at or done all the things that I've done. Over the last 16 years I've been competing. So like I'm truly lucky. It's been awesome.
All right, we'll smash out a few questions, and then my man Dave's got to get back to training and get a nap in. Engen's Forehead Taco, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, sorry if this was already asked. I joined late. Dave, does Morozov stand a chance against Levan based on what you felt?
I don't think at the moment, right now, Morozov can beat Levan. I think down the road, when Morozov he's getting bigger and stronger each time. Just look at him. I think it's a little bit too soon. I think that a couple years down, I could be wrong though. Maybe he is ready, but I think a couple years down the road, year or two, be a little bit better match. I think Morozov, has a much better chance then. But right now, I think Levan has the edge.
There you go. Yeah, it's going to be a fun match. That's what July that match is going to be. So appreciate it. Thank you very much, Engen's Forehead Taco. White Wolf says, Dave, let's get these East versus West matches in Vegas or LA so that the West team aren't at the disadvantage. Talk to Engen after you kick ass over there.
Listen, I would love to have matches in Vegas and LA are two of my favorite places to go. So if it's up to me, I would have every match in Vegas or LA. And Egan, he's based over in Turkey, so money wise, I'm sure it's obviously that's why he does it there. But yeah, I mean, I would have no problem with it.
Yes, a 2-hour flight or a couple of hours drive, let alone them flying across the world. Carolyn, thank you very much. She says, Dave, would you ever visit a 98% tournament?
Yeah, I would definitely, go. The thing with me, I work on the weekends, so just taking time off of work and stuff, and with kids, it's not the best time sometimes, but I would definitely go. Absolutely.
Are you still doing the prison security?
Yeah. I've been there about 13 and a half years. I got a little less than 9 more to go, then I can retire. So yeah, I work the weekends, unfortunately. So it is what it is.
I'm going to start a Dave Chaffee countdown clock to retirement. 9 years. And we'll just let it run.
I'll let you know when I get to the days, and that'll be good. We can
because hopefully over the 9 years, you keep coming back on the show, and then we can just go, Dave, let's just go to the retirement clock, and we've got 7 years, 6 months, 14 days. That would be hilarious. Matt Road Sports in the chat says, hope you are well, Dave. Top man.
Thanks, Matt. Doing good. Thank you. Hope you're doing well too.
Which is good. The greatest person in the chat says we can't end this show without Dave's predictions for the main East versus West matches. A lot of people seem to be wanting that. So Devin and Gennady, who wins that one?
Devin.
I think at stakes.
Yeah, I think Devin will. I don't think Gennady's quite strong enough to beat him. I think Devin. I could be wrong. He'll probably go to his little King's move, but Gennady was able to beat Michael Todd, so who knows? It's tough to tell. But I think Devin's a little stronger than Michael, obviously, and it could go different. But I think Devin will win personally.
There you go. What are some other matches, guys? Pauline versus Sasha Andreev.
Paul. I think Paul, powerful. Sasha's super strong inside. But I think Paul's going to win. I really do.
Yeah, brilliant. RVJ and Zurab?
I think Zurab wins, but I think RVJ definitely has a shot. I think RVJ, his top roll, if he goes to his top roll, which he has a good hand, I think he likes to hook, but his hand is really, really good. I think if Rob uses his hand like he can win the match. But I think if it goes inside, I think Zurab will win.
There you go. What's some others? Irakli versus Ongabayev.
That's a tough one, man. That's the match, like I said, I'm looking forward to the most. I think Angabayev will win, but Irakli could easily win too. I think it's gonna come down to a little bit of technicalities. I think Angabayev, just looking at him, he doesn't look like an arm wrestler. He just looks like a little Clark Kent, like mild mannered guy, and he's just a freaking monster on the table. He's so strong and so good technically that it's insane. But I think Irakli has a chance to win, but I'm going to go with Angabayev.
There you go. Thank you for that. Tripwar says 3 angels of the sport: Dave, Derek, and Paul Lynn. Yeah, absolutely. They're 3. I'm with you, Trip. Those 3 for me are 3 people that are impossible to hate. Would you call yourself an angel of the sport, Dave?
I don't know about an angel of the sport. I try to be a solid, respectful guy. I try to do things how they're supposed to be done, how I was taught to do things, as a kid. Just like I said, be respectful, have good sportsmanship, and that's just. And for people to say stuff like that, that shows that I'm doing things right. So thank you.
Yeah, it's. I think that's how I'm going to introduce. Like, if I get to introduce you again at another event, it's not going to be easy money. It's going to be the angel of arm wrestling. No, that is cool. Thank you, everyone, for the things, for your super chats. Everyone, thank you for the questions. I'll have a look at a couple more people saying that I've missed stuff. I don't think I've missed anything. I don't think I've missed anything. You guys know I'm always behind in the chat. Ozzy, can you ask Dave why there was never a season 2 of Game of Arms?
Well, they started season 2, and then AMC canceled all the reality shows besides one of them, so they canceled it. They started one, but never finished it.
Were you a part of season 2?
We were going to be on one episode. That was it.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, well, Dave needs to be. Dave needs to be on all of them. So we need more of Dave Chaffee. He needs to be on the TV, right? I'm late. Ready, bang. There you go. Did you? Okay, we'll end on this one. Have you ever pulled an inmate?
Technically, we're not allowed to pull inmates, so I'm going to say no on camera. How about that?
To keep his job. Fair enough. Yeah. It would be pretty dangerous, I would imagine, because I believe you're in a very high security prison.
Well, the part of it is we're a county, but we have all different classifications. So they're waiting a lot of guys are waiting to go downstate for trial and stuff like that. So we have anything anywhere from a bunch of inmates there for criminal homicide up to small things like child support. So it just depends. There's different pods for different classifications. So
would you go on 90 Days In? Have you seen that show?
What I don't know what the show.
Oh no! So 90, I think it's 60 Days In or 90 Days In, where people off the street go into jail for 90 days to try and find out secrets and that about and find out more for the wardens.
I know enough about the prison. I'm good. Thanks. I know how it works.
There we go. Carolyn Looms has come in and gone bang. She says, Dave, would you ever do a midweek practice with Derek for POV, for POV? What's POV? For point of view? Is that what you mean, Carolyn? For POV. What's POV? What's POV, Carolyn? I'll wait till Carolyn replies. So we'll go from there. Well, would you do a midweek practice with Derek?
I mean, sure. I mean, we practice here every midweek. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but isn't Derek on the opposite side of the country from you? Isn't Derek on the West Coast?
Yeah, he lives in California, so we'd have to, travel. So, yeah.
For pay-per-view.
Oh, I mean, the practice for pay-per-view seems kind of like, you know what I mean? we could practice for free and just video it and show people. Personally, I don't think practice it for pay-per-view is something I would do. A match, yeah, but not practice, no.
But speaking of, that is the perfect segue to end the show. You need to buy the East versus West pay-per-view because you got to see my man, Dave Chafington Esquire Jr. the Third, go in and absolutely whoop Revaz. That's how confident I am. We all know Dave's humble, so he's not going to say anything different. But buy the pay-per-view, support the event, support Dave. Keep an eye out for the Super Signature Series from Dave Chaffee with the arm wrestling cards. Dave, thank you so much for your time and support, mate. And I can't wait for you to crush it over there.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it, and I will do my best to get the win. Thank you.
It's going to be brilliant. And everyone in the chat thinks it's a 50-50 match between you and Devon. The poll ended at 50-50 after 90 votes. Brilliant. Guys, we'll check you later. Keep an eye on the channel. Devon's left arm says, thanks for coming on, big man. AK says, Dave is the man. Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Dave, from Muscle Bike. Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Dave. Look at that. Thank you, Dave. Go pin them all, Dave. Great interview from Buddy Hale's Wrench. Later, Lizards. We're out of here. Later, kids. Go over to Devon's Forearm channel. And we'll leave it with Jeff thinks you're the king of North America.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
There you go. See you later, crazy. Uncle Jim, he says, thank you, Dave. Right, we're out of here, guys. And we will speak to you soon.